Hello and welcome back. Before we start this week's podcast, we need to discuss our patron. Sam, what is our patron?
Our Patreon, Tom, is patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast. And on Patreon, it means that you can support us.
If we sound professional, it's because we messed it up the first time. And how much does our Patreon cost, Sam?
Our Patreon is £5 a month. And for that even, oh fuck it, I'm not restarting. For that, you get these episodes that you're listening to now early. So rather than getting them on a Monday like everyone else, you can get them on a Saturday. You also get a discount on merch, which we haven't started yet. But when it starts, you'll get a discount on merch. There's also going to be extra episodes. We're going to probably aim to do one a month, potentially, probably. And we give you priority when it comes to contacting the podcast.
Excellent. Thanks, Sam.
Any other questions about it?
Not for now.
So, to reiterate, patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast for just £5 a month, which is less than a pint in most places, isn't it? Basically,
down here it is, yeah.
Basically, buy me and Tom a pint a month, and then we'll be very happy with you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to From the Boundary, recorded in a loft in Kent. Let's see what these two idiots have to say this week. Before they start though, I must ask you to follow, like and repost all their amazing social medias. Search From the Boundary on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok for updates and clips.
Hello and welcome to From the Boundary. I am Tom and I'm once again joined by my co-host Sam.
Before we start this episode, though, we need to talk about Quick Fix Bat Services. Got it right that time. Nailed it. Henry, who's been on the podcast, probably OG sponsor now. He has now offered, it's not now, he did it before Christmas, but all listeners to the From the Boundary...
Get to the point, Sam, the point.
I think him sponsoring a podcast that two people that got ADHD is probably not the best idea, but never mind. Back on point. Henry gives all of the listeners to From the Boundary 5% off all his services. And all you have to do is message him, ask him for a service on Instagram, say you've come from us, use the code word boundary5 for 5% off. That is Quick Fix _Bat Services. Quick Fix _Bat Services on Instagram. Message Henry, go back, watch the episode that he's on, come back, watch this episode. Everyone's caught up. You know who Henry is. You know who we are.
We know who Henry is.
We know, well, and the listeners, because if they've not listened to everyone knows who Henry is. And then...
And they get to know who we are.
Yeah, then you get to know who we are, because that was a few episodes, and you'll have some episodes to catch up. And then, yeah, come back, listen to this episode, and then, we're done. I feel like that was
don't think we ever got to the point.
No, the point is that Henry, if you message Henry at Quick Fix Bat Services, he'll give you 5% off. All you've got to do is say Boundary 5, and it's 5% off all services. Perfect in time for the new season.
Amen to that.
And a 2.
1 and a 2. All right, here we go. And hello and welcome back to From the Boundary.
Possibly. Don't know.
Yeah,
might be working. If you can't hear Tom...
I will talk really loudly like this for the entire hour, and you'll just have to whisper, so that we're matching each other's.
Just going to turn that down a bit. Just a little bit, just to save people's ears.
Well, we've got no idea how it sounds at the minute.
No, well, I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, it stopped picking you up, it's always you.
Right, Balotelli.
What?
Balotelli. Actually, that's me.
No, that's you. Why always you?
Yeah.
Because... Well, trying to record remotely went well last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did you actually get your laptop? Well, the reason there was no episode last week is because we tried to record remotely, and it lasted 7 minutes.
The first time we basically just gave up pretty much straight away, didn't we? Because you were in a hotel, so we think the Wi-Fi was the issue. And
then the second day was all of about 7 minutes.
Yeah, and then my laptop was full. I mean, that's my work laptop. I haven't really looked at it, no, but if it's full after 7 minutes, I don't see how we're going to do a whole podcast.
Yeah, but you've only got to do half an hour for the Patreon specials.
Yeah. I don't know, because I suppose I can do, because it's a work laptop, I'm a bit paranoid about it, but...
Well, you've got your own laptop, haven't you?
Yeah, I just never used it. I always use my work laptop for everything now, basically.
So you use if your personal one's empty, your personal one's probably empty, it's got nothing on it.
Or it shouldn't do. Football Manager, probably.
Yeah, mine's got Football Manager.
That's probably literally all it's got on it.
Football Manager, the software for this, the software to make the videos, and that's about it. It's easy. So it's been 2 weeks again, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you ever think this podcast might just run a bit smoother if it was fortnightly?
Yeah, possibly.
Seems to go that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We get on a bit of a run and go, yeah, well, we'll do this next week, and then something gets in the way and we can't do the following week.
Yeah, no, it does, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know what.
No. I was in quite a good mood, and then I came over here, and there was 2 bits of information on my drive over here before I got here that put me in a worse mood than I was. The first one was the traffic getting in here was absolutely hideous.
Was it?
Yeah.
Where?
Just basically as you're coming into here. I'm not going to say where you live, but here.
What, into the estate? Or?
No, not the estate, like the area.
Where the Asda is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird.
I don't know whether it's because it's still because it's Friday, it's just after lunchtime, whether people are still working, but the traffic was just like absolutely awful.
I live in Sittingbourne, people don't work.
True.
I'm one of about 10% of the people in the town that actually work.
And then I was just getting annoyed at the traffic, but we were just starting to move, and I was starting to cheer up a little bit, and then they did the weather forecast on the radio, and I'm supposed to be playing cricket both days this weekend, and they said, if you still have sun, make the most of what sun you've got, because it's going to rain all weekend. I was like, oh,
fantastic.
Brilliant, that's going to be a waste of 2 days. I hope it's not the rain where you just like on, then off, then on. I'd just rather it just piss it down.
Yeah.
Because then you can just go. I think there was only one game last year where we got rained off. We basically played 2 overs and it just went whoosh, and then everyone was like, we just waited in their clubhouse for I think about half an hour.
We had 2 on a Sunday. We had that one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where we put the sheet out, didn't we?
Oh, that was Rainham, wasn't it? Yeah, that was last year.
No, that was the second one. That was before they didn't even turn up, and we called it off.
Rainham turned up. We started against Rainham.
What did they?
I played.
Oh, my, was
I
that the
wasn't going
one
to miss that one.
Is that the one we started, then didn't start, and then...
Yeah, we started, did about 2 overs, and just as you went to take the covers off again...
It started to rain again.
Yeah.
And then the other one was as their captain turned up, me and Bomber were stood there going, I don't think this is going to stop in time for them to turn up. So the captain went, do you want to play? And we went, well, we've got nothing to play for. What about you? No, we've got nothing to play for. Tell your lads to cancel. We'll just sit around and go home.
Yeah, it's always awkward, isn't it? Because then a lot of them have already left and they're like on their way, but like you can't really help it. You want to try and play, but sometimes you just can't.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to play. It's just whether you can actually do it.
It's just an annoying journey, especially when you're away. So I can't really remember. That was only Ashford area last year. And we literally just turned up, played about, and we did play about 10 overs. I think we just got someone out. And
that was 2 years ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was Max, took the wicket.
Yeah.
Took the catch.
That was it.
2 years ago. And that was...
Literally, it was as the batsman, like, one was coming off and one was coming on. The one that was coming on was like, I don't think I'm going to make this. It was just like...
Oh, no. What was worse about that was the wind. So I was at slip.
Yeah.
So there was me... Luca was keeping, and I was at slip. And every time we went down, it was like, I can't actually see because the wind was just blowing the rain straight at us. Went down the other end, it was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But we was like, I can't see fuck all down this end. And I think, was there one that was, or not, it was a drop, but it wasn't a drop. But it basically went between me and Luca. And both of us stood there going, I didn't see it. Like, I could not see the ball coming out. I was like, it's gone to my left, it's gone to his right. We've both just gone, I didn't fucking see it, mate. And I think at that point they went, yeah, I think it's probably best we call this.
Yeah. We went inside. I think we did wait just to see whether it stopped raining. But I like the way you always wait to see if it stops raining. Like, how often is the weather forecast actually wrong? I know it can be, but how often is it actually wrong?
I think there's the famous Michael Fish.
Yeah.
Might have something to say about whether it's wrong or not.
But there's only like the very rare occasion. But you always just end up standing around for like half an hour, like while it buckets down with rain, so the pitch is gonna be too wet to play anyway.
That's the one that's always a bit stupid. Is when you're stood there going, this is like torrential.
Yeah.
Why are we standing here waiting? Because even if it stops in the next 5 minutes,
Even if it stops in the next month, sometimes you're like, well, it's going to be hard to get it on.
that is just going to be drenched.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of wind, though, that reminded me of last Sunday's game. So when we played there last against Ramsgate Corinthian, I ended up, basically, I was going to play. We ended up with 12, so I dropped out. So I offered to umpire for them. This was the year we got promoted. And that was so windy that I was umpiring. And I thought, well, this has gone fairly well. I think they ended up, because it was like we were both doing quite well, both teams ended up with too many players. So basically, someone dropped out for them and was umpiring, and I dropped out for us and was umpiring. And it gone pretty well, like, and it's always a bit awkward because they obviously know that you play for the other team, you're not like an umpire. I was like, well, this has gone pretty well. They were 9 down, and we were just about to win, and the wind was like so strong, and then number 11 nicked off, and everyone went up, and I was like, I just couldn't hear anything because it was too windy. But then I looked at Greedy, because Greedy's like one of the most honest cricketers. I looked at him, and he was like already celebrating and like going to get the stumps. I was like,
we're done.
I think you might have hit that. So I was just like, yeah,
we're done. No, do you want to talk about last Sunday?
Yeah, I think I'm all right now. I did have that.
Would you like to explain to the ladies and gentlemen what you did last Sunday for me as a favour? And I'm now going to do it for the rest of the year.
Oh, I stood by. Well, yeah, I'm not sure if it takes that long to recover every time.
It hurts, doesn't it?
I kept wicket.
Let me just.
I was going to say.
Hang on, we've got to wait because people are going to be laughing. People listening in their cars are probably giggling. Give it a chance to settle down and go.
I was going to say I kept. I was going to say I kept, and it wasn't terrible, but.
No, to be fair.
I don't think when I was keeping, I don't think anyone was like, why has he never done this before?
No, no one was thinking, fuck me, we've got Jamie Smith on our hands here. I won't lie.
No.
There was a few, you was a lot more acrobatic than I thought you was going to be.
I regret. I was talking to Martha about this, and she was like, "Why were you like so acrobatic?" I was like, "I don't know. It's just like in the moment." And then you just like, I woke up on Monday. I was like, "I wish I hadn't done that."
There was a few, especially so. The long and short of it is, we went for, was it 24 extras? 21 of them being buys.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't sound
bad. That does sound fairly bad.
Considering that 16 of them were rank, if they hadn't been buys, would have been wides.
Yeah.
Down leg side. Was it 2 from Richard, 2 from me?
Yeah.
So, the 2 from it, one of my one was... It would have been wide on the next pitch. Yeah. It was that bad. But if you take them out and go, right, if those were actually decent balls, you've only gone for 5 buys.
Well, I hadn't really thought about your ones, but definitely, because Richard's ones were 2 balls in a row.
Yeah, I know.
So basically, I've taken those out. And if you take those out, even 12, 13 is not that
it's not
bad.
For your first time.
For the first time ever when I'm 31.
Yeah.
Literally, even school cricket and stuff. I've always been quite lucky, I suppose. I've played with wicketkeepers in the team, and I'm not keeping tomorrow because we've got some young kid that's basically a wicketkeeper.
There you go.
So
problem solved.
Exactly. But yes, I did kind of underestimate. Everyone was telling me you'll be sore.
It hurts, doesn't it? Because you're only keeping really because. Hang on,
I'm only keeping because there's no one else.
There's no one else. Well, no, there is. Me.
But there's no, yeah, exactly.
There's no one else that wants to do it because I basically have said I don't want to keep and captain because it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, that's the
Case
thing.
in point, Josh Butler.
That's the thing. It's a similar with Saturday, so I haven't done it yet for Saturdays, but I feel like I probably by the end of the summer will have done. It's just like you've got one of your best bowlers is the only
other keeper.
Only keeper. So
are you saying that I'm one of Sunday's best bowlers?
Well, you were, because how many people got wickets? Not many.
No. How many did we get them? We got them 3 down, didn't we? 4 down.
Yeah.
I took 1.
Yeah, exactly. So therefore you're one of the better bowlers.
Well, yeah, all right. Yeah, but to be fair, in one of their defences, it was my maths that let the side down. Because I had done the maths and gone, oh, he's going to get a good 5 over spell. And then when I turned around and went, oh fuck, I need to bring him off. We've got 8 overs left, and I've got my 2 premium bowlers still left. That was a bit of a fuck up. But I think that might have been myself, because when I'd done the maths on it, it was like, well, I'm only going to bowl 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then I ended up bowling 8.
You basically came up to me. I think you came up to me after 6, and you went, "Should I come off?" And I was like, And you
No,
went,
it was after 5.
Oh, and then you're like, "If I come off, I won't come back on." I was like, "Well, you're bowling all right, so you might as well just keep going."
Well, no, basically what happened was I bowled 5, came up to you and went, "Do you think I should come off? If I come off, though, I'm not going to be able to get myself going again." And you went, "Give yourself one more." I then went back to my mark and spoke to Billy and said the same thing. And he went, "You might as well bowl out, mate." I was like, "Oh, I can't do that. I've not got it in me to bowl 9 in a row." Bowled the 6, and as I went back, I went, "I'd give myself one more." And what happened in that 7th over?
Yeah, the last one was very much like...
No, what happened in the 7th over? When I'd said 7 was going to be my last.
Oh, was the seventh one when you got
7th one, like I took the wicket,
Yeah.
and then went, "I'll give myself one more."
Yeah.
And then that was the worst decision I've ever made, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 8th one was very much like...
A tired over.
It was very much like you've just got one too many here.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's also it's 2 more than I did last week, or the week before. And it's 5 more than I did the first week, because trying to run up a fucking hill was impossible.
there's a little mark up there,
Yeah.
runs and wickets.
So what did you get? 1?
Over the weekend, I got the entirety of 3 runs.
So I can't remember, I've left my phone downstairs because it's on charge. We need to get the board.
Yeah,
I've got what
that is me on 3 runs for the season, by the way. That's not...
Yeah, but it was your first week.
No, it was second. I got gummed up the first one.
Oh dear.
So
you're...
and then your wicket. So how many runs have you got?
1. But I got 2 wicket contributions.
It'd be funny if you got more wickets than runs over the season.
Would it though? Because I'm opening the bowling. But no, I've got 2 wicket contributions.
Okay.
The bowled and a catch. So I've got 2 wicket contributions.
Yeah.
You've got 1 catch. No, you haven't got a catch yet, have you?
I dropped 1 on Saturday.
That's the one.
Yeah. I didn't mind it actually keeping, and it didn't feel that bad. I feel like, although 20 odd extra sounds like quite a lot, or 20 odd bows sounds like quite a lot, 8 of them were definitely the 2 from Richard, because that was really funny at the start of that over, because he took out a leg stump.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened to it at the beginning?
No.
Because I was at cover, and he said to me, "I just can't get it right." I went, basically, aim for the top of off.
Yeah.
If you aim for the top of off, you're going to cramp him up. He's either going to chip 1 to square leg, or he's just not going to time it. And what did he do the next ball? Basically flattened leg stump. I texted him afterwards and went, "If only you'd listened to me. If only you listened to me."
So he did that, and then so he's on leg stump, and then he went quite significantly wider.
Of leg stump.
Yeah, as I got up from it going for 4 buys, I went, "Richard, this is my first time keeping, don't do that again."
And the very next ball.
I don't know who said it. It might have been you. I could hear someone as I went down for the second one. I was absolutely nowhere near it. I just burst out laughing as I went down. And someone was like, "I've never heard a wicketkeeper laugh."
Yeah,
as they give away
that was me and Richard. I went, it's bad when the wicketkeeper's laughing.
But the batsman turned around to me. He's like, "Did you not just ask him to specifically not do that?" And I was like, "Yes, I fucking did. Thanks for pointing that out." It is hard though. Like, I definitely underestimate how hard it is.
Do you have some sympathy for me now for last year and the year before when I was having, especially you didn't face any left-handers, did you?
No.
I
feel like doing Saturdays probably would be better, just because they're not quicker. But then I suppose there is.
Saturdays are quicker.
No, our team's not quicker on a Saturday than Thomas is.
Sam?
He's not quicker than Thomas, is he?
I'd say so.
Is he?
Yeah, but and also on a Saturday they're consistently quicker.
Yeah.
You've got Thomas, then you got me, then you got Thomas, then you got me.
Yeah.
On a Saturday you've got Sam, JT.
Well, JT bowls spin though.
Oh, of course he does.
And Creedy bowls spin, and Alex bowls spin. So it's only really 2.
Oh yeah. Also, did you drop one off?
Well, you seem to think I
think
one.
I think you did.
Know.
The only reason I think you did is because I thought I can't remember who it was off of now.
Creedy. Because he went to sweep. I think
he went to sweep.
I think he swept into the ground, but he might have swept off the back of the bat.
I thought he swept into you because he hit it late. He seemed to not like a normal sweep. You sort of play it sort of not perpendicular. What's that called?
I know what you mean, but I can't think what it's called.
Almost adjacent to you. You play it in front of you. Yeah. He seemed to play it as it was going past him, and I thought he just nicked it into you. But the confidence I had in you, I went up celebrating thinking you'd held it, and it was only when Thomas went, it's gone down. I was like, because I'd gone up going, yeah, oh, and then Thomas, I think it was Thomas at square leg, when he's put it down.
To be honest, like
it would have been, it was a hard one.
And also, I feel like between the two of us, and we were both playing, like we don't definitively know whether he hit it or not. And there was no league umpire; it was just their players umpiring. I think it's probably quite unlikely one of their players would have given it.
Would have taken the batsman to have walked.
Yeah,
and he weren't doing that, was he?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Not on something that was going to be so. Like you said, it wasn't like none of us turned around and went, "Yeah, I heard a nick." No. It was like one where you went. I think he did, but do you want to talk about my wicket?
That was it was interesting because you managed to find the exact spot on that pitch, which
yeah,
no one seemed to know what he was going to do off that spot.
So basically, what was it, about 30 centimetres outside off? It was quite wide, wasn't it? There was a bit of the pitch that if you hit it...
It was basically just on the strip, but it wasn't like... It was very wide, yeah.
Yeah, it was about 30 centimetres wide of off stump. On a length. That's the only thing that was there. It was on a length. But basically, it was like, you know those balls that have all the spikes on that you do the reaction catching with? It was like the ball became that, didn't it? If you hit that spot... And bearing in mind, I'd probably hit... I think I did it twice already, hadn't I?
Yeah.
And one had gone... Just died. And I think Creedy saved you on that one, didn't it? I think you went over it and Creedy just stuck a foot out. And then I think there was another one where I hit it and it just sort of jagged back slightly. And then this one, what a fucking jag back that was. That was outside off. Was it top of middle?
It was like, even the first two, it was only really because they were opening batsmen that they knew how to play it. And I probably used it on that pitch. But like to anyone that's fairly new to cricket, you probably would have got you probably would have got them out probably would have got them out 6 or 7 times out of 10. I would have thought, because it's just like, I'm going to leave that one, or I might swing at it because it's outside the other. Whoa, I should take that one middle stump.
So that clip the top of middle, and then did you hear the batsman as he went in? He went, "Good ball, mate." and as I'm in the middle of celebrating, went, "More luck than skill." There was fuck all's luck about skill about that one.
So you've got 2 wickets this year, and you've
I've got 1 wicket, 1 catch. So
you've apologised for both to the batsman as they come off.
Yeah, to be fair, I feel less bad for my reaction to that one, because that was just
a bit lucky, wasn't it? Like, in terms of it came off that bit of the pitch.
It was more embarrassing.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed for the celebration, because it was I heard it go and then went, "Come on!" And then was like, "Oh, that's a bit bad," when it was luck. Like, it wasn't like it was a fucking Yorker that's taken out middle. It was a lucky one. And then, the catch was, because the catch got a fucking come on there.
Yeah.
But I think that was more frustration, because we was having issues in the field anyway you've probably heard from Alex. We was having issues with fielders not walking in and not chasing the ball and stuff. I've not heard that yet. So when one came to me and it stuck, it was like a big relief.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So so far I've had 2 wicket contributions and apologise for both of them. What can I say? I'm polite.
You're aggressive and then really, really nice.
Yeah. That's probably the right way of putting it. It's aggressive.
Yeah. I'm going to have to talk about Saturday's game as well, because it was about as weird as I can remember a period of any cricket game ever. Like, so we turned up and we had Creedy, but we didn't have a lot of batting apart from that. He hit 8 off the first over, so for he's in decent nick today. And their opening bowler for the first over then came back for the third over, and he'd got quicker. He'd obviously got hit.
He'd warmed up.
He got hit for 8 off the first. I think it's the fact he got hit for 8 off the first over. He was like, and he basically just yorked him. And then we're like, we'll be lucky to get any kind of score. So we got
130 odd?
No, it wasn't even that many. 115, I think it was. Then Sam opened the bowling. Who kept? I don't even think he kept.
Craig.
Oh yeah, Craig played. So he kept. He took 3 for, but like he took 3 wickets, but to be honest, like every wicket we got, although I was kind of thinking we're getting into these a little bit, like
20 runs knocked off the score.
Well,
It's painful, isn't it?
and also like I was at the other end, with all due respect to whoever was bowling at the other end, it just didn't really look like taking a wicket at the other end. And then all of a sudden, so they were, I think, 106 for 3, 106 for 3. So needed another 10 or 12 or something to win the game. A lot of them were playing some T20 game in London that night, and basically they decided to put the hammer down and nearly ended up blowing the game by putting the hammer down. It was bizarre. I was like, I messaged Sam the day after. I said, like, if we ever did highlights of our games, like, almost every ball from that point on would have made the highlights package. Like, there's no way you could have left any of it out. Like, there was a run out that wasn't given. So there's one of those. I dropped one. There was a hat trick.
Yeah. And a drop on the fourth one.
Yeah.
Should have been 4.
Then a drop on the fourth one. And 2 of the wickets that JT had got were basically, the batsman had just moved it to, and one of them was like his first ball. He just moved it to
That's kind of how a hat trick works.
long on or long off. And Billy had taken it, and Billy dropped one as well. So I dropped one, Craig dropped one, and Billy dropped one. There was a run out that wasn't given, that probably should have been given, and 4 wickets, all in this little, like, you're probably talking like a 10 or 15 minute period. And it was just like, and then there was, obviously, because the game was getting close, and we didn't have many runs to play with, and we'd kind of given up. And then all of a sudden you're like shit, they're making really hard work at this. There was probably one LBW that was pretty decent shout, but then it's like when the game's close, you're not really
Actually,
going to
no,
get
you
it.
just reminded me of that. How close was my LBW? The one that was apparently going down leg. He looked like he took a big step across.
I can't really remember it that much. So
Cheers, mate.
That's probably an indication that it wasn't out.
Yeah, the umpire said it was going
No, I
down.
think it was not.
Oh,
loads.
no, I think, did we not say about it and was like, we probably would have been umpire's call.
Yeah, not loads. I think he had come across. It basically it was going down leg side, but not like by. It was probably closer than it looked.
It's umpire's call.
Yeah. So yeah, and then so basically the guy that I dropped was some 14-year-old lad called Sachin. He's named after Tendulkar. And he was watching all these adults come in, like people our age or a bit older, and like try and tee off from the first ball and get out. And I went up to him after both the 6th and 7th wicket. I was like, mate, I really hope someone comes out here and bats with a brain in a minute for you, because like ultimately he got 35 not out and deserved to win them the game. But like just the fact that they just decided,
fuck it.
Yeah, basically they nearly lost him the game, and then even sort of the bloke that came in at 9, I'm pretty sure he wasn't sort of regular for them. He's kind of making up the numbers. He sort of nurdled one off his leg, and then he nurdled one, which should have gone for 1, and ended up going for 2 because of some not right walking in sort of stuff. And then 2 won them the game. But even he didn't look particularly convincing. But like this poor 14-year-old lad that batted brilliantly and
Nearly stuck at the other end.
he did deserve to be on the winning side, and he went like, I think it was after when they went 6 down. He went, do you know that's that bloke's? I think he might have even been their captain. He went, do you know that's his 2nd duck of the season? I'm like, well, if he tries to moo it over
from the
first ball, I'm not surprised. Like, you probably are going to get out quite a lot of the time. So yeah, it was really bizarre. It's basically, but like, and also because they did it because they wanted to win the game quickly. With everyone getting out and then someone coming in and taking a guard and all that sort of stuff, if they just knocked 10 singles, they'd have won a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was very, very weird. But yeah, so we lost that one, but we managed to pick up a hell of a lot of losing points on the way.
Yeah, fucking bet you did.
Because of that.
But then again, that was like, at what point did you think, oh fuck me, this could get close on Sunday? Because we only won it with 3 overs left.
Yeah, in a way, me getting out for 1 was probably the best thing to happen at that point, because basically
Richard then came out and just went, "Fuck it, fuck it."
well, but it was fairly close, but I think we were probably in control-ish. Arav on debut.
Yeah, what a debut that is, just going to get 85.
So he
Not
was,
out.
Yeah, so he was there, and I think he probably always would have won the game, but we probably needed 6-ish and over, and kind of he'd come off strike a little bit, hadn't he?
And she was there going.
So no, I took one, and then I think I blocked one, and then I got out off the third ball I faced. But yeah, then Richard came out, and as I walked past him, he had said before, but I'd completely forgotten. He's like, "Can I have your bat?" Because he literally come with no bat, and then I was like, "Yeah, fair enough. He knows how to use my bat a lot better than I do." So yeah, I think like getting out was probably the best thing. Otherwise, I don't know actually. We might still have won it. It depends how much strike Arav would have got, I suppose, but it would have been a lot closer, wouldn't it?
Well, what was weird was at drinks for them they were 66.
Yeah, they just never. They would. Like,
And they finished 220.
Yeah, they were.
No, one. What did they finish on?
226 or something. 236.
236. Yeah. And at drinks we was at 140.
Yeah.
And was like, fucking cruising here, boys.
Yeah.
And then it was like after drinks, all of a sudden the sun went down. It got fucking cold.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was like, that's getting closer than I thought.
Yeah, because they were kind of. I thought about that in the car. They were like there were none down, and then even at the end, they were only like 4.
No, they were
down.
one. They were one down at drinks.
Oh, one
because
down
I
at
came
drinks.
off before drinks.
But even at the end, they're only like 3 down, 4 down.
4 down.
But
I got one. Thomas got one. Richard got one. Archie got one.
They're all LBWs or bold as well, weren't
No,
they?
they were all bold.
Oh, were they?
Every single. I think we just gone fuck it. We don't trust our fielders. Bear in mind, another 2 drop. Well, not including your one. Another 2 drops. 3 drops.
Chris.
2 off Ryan.
Oh yeah. Well, okay.
So it's another 3 drops. So I think we've just gone. Ah, fuck it. We'll do it ourselves.
Yeah. But they never really, although obviously they put on a decent score, they never really just went like, let's tee off now, like we're licensed.
To be fair, one of them tried to, didn't he? He came out and went 4, 4, 4. Oh, I've missed it. And was like, no, he's gone.
Yeah, or maybe he was the one that's supposed to. But yeah, they just never really seemed to kick off. And I was sort of thinking that when we were chasing it down and making it look fairly easy. I was thinking like...
it wasn't us.
Not me
We
and
were
you.
sat at the side.
Not me and you. But as it sort of looked relatively easy for those batting, I was kind of like, why didn't they score a few more? Like, because they had the wickets in hand, but...
I don't think they had the batting, did they?
No, I think probably Charlie came out at the end, didn't he? That last over, and he
Yeah,
tried...
and he took a bit of a liking to Thomas, didn't he?
Yeah. But apart from that, he might have been the last batsman they had. So they were actually a good side as well, weren't they? They were a nice
And
side to play against.
it was played in a nice manner.
Yeah.
No, the pitch needs some fuck. They need their own pitch, don't they?
Well, it's not their
No.
pitch, is it? It's just
Standing in slip, trying to avoid the dog shit diving down.
it's just a facility, isn't it?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, well done. Stepped up. If you could...
Hopefully, it'll be less painful next time, but we'll see.
No, I think it gets more painful.
When I was walking into work, and I was like, "Oh, probably people are going to wonder why I'm walking around like I've shat myself." What was interesting actually was when I stopped, my hands were absolutely killing on Sunday night.
Yeah.
But by Monday lunchtime, my hands were fine, but my body was just still like.
Thighs.
It's probably, I reckon, if I had like a T20 game, I could have played yesterday. But until then, I'd have been like, there's no hope.
Yeah, no. It's normally the knuckles, inside knuckles of your hand and the thumb bit, they hurt. Tips of your fingers if you get someone that throws you a dodgy fucking ball.
I got some of those, but I think I kind of jumped or moved to them.
I took one right on the edge of my finger, like literally. It was like one of those where I go, do I let it bounce or do I try and catch it on the bounce? And made the wrong decision by trying to catch, and it's just bang on the end of my finger. That hurt. Yeah, no. Didn't even need to bat.
No. Yeah, but to be fair, like when I went out to bat, I was looking at who we still had to bat, and I was like, if we're chasing and it's getting close, I'm really not the man you want out here, and especially when you look at who was left to bat.
Well, who was Crady?
Crady was next in.
Crady, I know Crady was next in.
You,
Me,
Chris,
Archie.
Yeah.
We had a decent. I mean, our strike rate would have been interesting towards the end, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Sam's come out 6. I was out.
Yeah.
Other than cricket, what else have you done in the last couple of weeks?
Oh God, I was at Martha's on Wednesday night. I think I messaged you about this. The mouse.
Yeah, you said that the cat brought a mouse in.
Fucking hell. So I didn't really have a very good night's sleep on Wednesday night. So every night, Hamish, Martha's cat, sleeps on him. So like he'll come up at bedtime and sleeps on her. And then sometimes he'll sort of go away, but generally sort of sleeps on her. He at some point in the night, and I got woken up. I'm probably going to say like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And Martha was like, "We've got a visitor with Hamish this time." It's like, right.
That's how she didn't think to go, Tom, wake up. Tom, wake up. She went, "We got a visitor."
No, I think
because at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would have shat myself anyway.
I think she knew I'd woken up. And she said a visitor with Hamish. She didn't mean like.
Put your boxers on. We got a visitor. Okay.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't really care. Then she went off to work. She was on an early Thursday morning. She went off to work. By this point, I'd woken up, so my hopes of a lion were dead.
Hang on. What time's earlier? 2 in the morning, or
no? So early starts. I think she starts. So she needs to be in work for 7:30, but it's not very far to the thing. So this is about 7.
Okay.
So basically, we said bye, and I've woken up, and then Hamish he's quite funny, Hamish, because I don't think he dislikes me.
It's not like the new Lynx advert.
if Martha's there, he will be like with her basically, and then kind of doesn't really want anything to do with me. And as soon as I'm sort of near him, he tends to shoot off a lot of the time. If Martha's not there and it's just me, he's like, well, I can either sit on my own or I can sit with Tom. He tends to be a little bit more sort of friendly towards me.
So your second choice?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. It's that or on my own. Isn't it weird how animals are so intuitive?
So by this point, I'd established that there was a mouse in the bedroom that Hamish had brought in. So I didn't really know where he was. Anyway, I ended up behind the bed. And then I started working from Martha's. I stayed there till about lunchtime. So I started working, and I was still in bed in my boxers, so I had all my clothes laid on the floor. And Hamish just started going at my clothes. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I messaged Martha about it. And she was like, shake your clothes out. So I went and shook my clothes out, and sure enough, the mouse was in my clothes, and that was why Hamish was going at my clothes. So when I've shook my clothes out, like as soon as the mouse came down, Hamish was like straight on it, and then shot out.
Hang on, was the mouse alive?
Yeah, no, he wasn't killing it. He was just playing with it all the time.
Got visions of like Scar in Lion King, who just like did.
But literally, as soon as he did it, he shot straight down the stairs. Then decided to come back, and I had my clothes and my rucksack. My rucksack was on the left-hand side, and then I was working away for a bit, and he was all right for a bit, and then he started going at my rucksack. I was like, what the fuck? Like, he obviously lost the mouse again. I was like, why the fuck are you going at my rucksack though? Just basically fuck off. Go outside. Exactly. Then I started feeling my rucksack, and you know, like the little side compartments you got on the rucksack.
Thought where you normally put your bottle or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I started poking at one of those. I was like, oh. So again, I tipped it upside down, and he literally, as soon as I tipped it upside down and it lands, Hamish was straight there and straight out. This time I chased him out. I was just like, just don't fucking come back in the house. Once you're out there, just stay out the house. And then I left after that.
I bet you fucking did. I would have left after the first one.
And then Martha messaged me, and it seems like Hamish came back with the mouse because some of her cables have now been attacked. So yeah, so there was that. It was an eventful Thursday morning, to say the least.
I don't understand how you didn't sleep very well if you didn't know that the mouse was there till 7 in the morning.
Well, I kind of knew something was going on because Martha said that he always brings something in. So when she was like a visitor, that was kind of where my head was at. So, but I just didn't know what it was, and I was just too tired. I couldn't be asked. But yeah, so then I woke up and just if you're gonna do that, and see, Martha said he's really good at killing it usually. And I was like, well, he fucking is.
It's not brilliant.
But yeah, if you're going to do that, just go outside. So I know that next time. Just chase him outside.
What, so if he drops it, it fucks off?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know whether he was doing it as part of playing or whether he's just really clumsy as a cat. He might be.
So he's just bringing it to you going, so what do I do with this?
Yeah. What have you done?
Worked. Played cricket.
Well, this week?
I worked. I went to Bonnie Sports Day today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
What, this morning?
Yeah. Really, really difficult to take pictures. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, these are the things that, like, this is a nice memory. Kids Sports Day.
Mm.
And you turn up with your phone or camera and they're like, can't do that.
Yeah.
If you do that, you've got to have permission from everyone.
Yeah.
And you've also got to block out any other kids' faces if you can't find their permission. So all photos are zoomed in like that.
Yeah.
Just different pictures of Bonnie and her races, like. So.
What did you do, like races wise?
Oh, it's fucking primary school. I don't know whether you're
like proper.
I don't know whether you're going to be the same as me, but the first hour was the non-competitive carousel.
Oh, woke nonsense.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that for me going, what do you mean non-competitive? What's the fucking point?
Who wins?
No, there's no winners or losers. It's for everyone to take part. And I was like, right. But who wins?
Yeah.
No, but who wins? Because you got to have winners, you got to have losers. If it's competition.
Yeah.
And then they had like a break, and then they did the competitive sports, which was the over and under game, which I don't know if you remember. You have a football and one person goes like that, and then the next person has to go through the legs.
Oh, okay.
And a run, and that was it. And I sort of sat there and went, a bit different to when I was at school.
Yeah.
When I was at school, it was like, you fucking died for your whichever house. I know more secondary school. You like fucking died for your house.
Very Neil Warnock-esque.
Yeah, I want you to fucking run through a wall. Yes, sir. But yeah, no, it was a bit. I was a bit like, oh, okay. And then there was a toddler. I was shitting myself. There was going to be a dad's race
because I was going to ask was a parents' race.
At that point, I did think, I could be in trouble here. Clocked out for this week. I've not got a game, so I've checked out. And then I thought, yeah, I've got to do it now because it's dad's. Oh, fuck. All right, okay. I really don't want to do it. And then they went, no, so this year we're going to do a toddler race. And I went, oh, really? That's going to be fucking interesting, because we literally put George on the floor and was like, look, everyone's running. And he went, and threw himself on the floor. And we were all like, okay. We're just carrying him to the end. So, yeah, interesting. First experience of parents sports day. Not for me.
I can imagine you in a parents' race. So everyone's like sort of, let's have a nice race, and you're like just sprinting to the finish line.
I am the best. I am the best.
No, Sam, stop swearing at the other parents. Setting a bad example.
It'd be like that. Is it the meme when he's got the champagne and he's drinking it himself, but he's in third? That'd be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fucking what way? I've had visions of. Have you ever seen the? Oh, what's it called? It's not The Professionals. What's the film? It used to be a TV series. Might be The Professionals. No. And they remade it with Ray Winston and Plan B and Daniel Lewis. And they go to the kids' sports day, don't they? And he's like, at the end going, run, you little cunt! Glad I didn't do that. 'Cause I would have struggled with that one.
Oh dear. I saw something actually on Facebook this morning. It's obviously from a sports day. It's gone viral. a mum fell over at the sports day. I think they must have been doing like an egg and spoon race or something. Fell over and mooted the watching
Oh yeah, I've
audience.
seen that one.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Rosie went, "What happens if my ex was to come?" Because I did tell him it was sports day. I was like, "Fucking take me home. I'm getting running spikes, latex. I'm going in the full fucking running suit to beat that prick." I'm not competitive, but I'm fucking competitive.
Yeah. I've done that a few times, like playing table tennis. Like, let's just play for fun. Okay. And 20 minutes later, so that's 25-22 to me. We were just playing for fun, Tom. Yeah, fun. Yeah, fun. 26-22 to me.
Like when you're playing cricket with your family.
Yeah.
Get in there. That's it. You're out first ball. Sam, it's only a game. Fuck off, it's only a game. I think I'm too competitive for non-competitive versions of sports.
Yeah, probably.
So I never understood. Did you? I think we're probably of the wrong age. But have you heard like when they do? We're going to do a football tournament, but there's no winners or losers here. And you're like, well, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah.
Right. What's the point in trying to score if you don't keep score?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We're not going to keep score because keeping score makes it competitive. So what's the point in fucking trying?
Yeah. We have this all the time at work. It's just, they'll send something in from the under-8s competition. They all had a lovely day. It's just like, we're not going to print that because nobody won or lost. So, like...
They all had a wonderful day. I don't give a shit about having a wonderful day. I want to know who cried because they lost.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know what kid had a fucking meltdown because he came fourth. That's what I care about.
Yeah.
It amazes me that I've got kids because there's times when I just think I'm not fucking designed for this. But there'd be times like that with me. I don't want to know that everyone had a lovely day. And everyone, it's like we've got cults now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Essentially cults. It's called fucking under 12s or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, everyone gets a bat. And everyone gets... No, not everyone gets a fucking bat because some people are shit at batting. And not everyone should bowl. Because some people can't bowl.
Yeah.
So don't let them bowl. We want to fucking win. I would bet when like the body goes, don't think you should play anymore, Sam. I think you should go into coaching. I'm not one to go into coaching, am I? You could just imagine Sam, and we'd like to introduce our new coach, and everyone just going, oh, fuck, really?
It's like Roy Kent and Ted Lasso.
Yeah. I was going to say Roy Keane then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. It would be like that, wouldn't it? Run, you cunt!
This is a hell of a segue, but...
I need a... I've got awkward on
Oh,
the track. I don't know what that sounds like, though, so...
so I've been watching Clarkson's Farm.
Oh, I've not watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'd forgotten it had come back, to be honest, when watching cricket.
Oh, no, so I've been watching it from the start because I've got Amazon Prime, so I'm only on season 3. Pigs are terrible parents.
Oh, yeah, I've watched that.
Have you
I've
seen
seen
that?
season 3 when they just sit on them.
Yeah, it's just, like they're basically that
Squished them.
whole episode of they have pigs and they thought it would be a good idea to have pigs because then you can have piglets and you can get sausages, bacon, blah blah blah. Yeah, and the pigs when they give birth, they either eat their babies
Or sit on them.
or squash their babies, and sometimes having the babies kills the pigs. Like they just
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's like the same with humans, isn't it? Like you can have a baby and die, but.
Well, that one turned weird fucking quick, didn't it?
But
We was
yeah,
discussing sausages a minute ago. You had my attention.
But like, I just couldn't believe, like they had so many piglets, and then they're just like, "What are we doing wrong?" And then one of the other farms came around. They're like, "No, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just how pigs work. It's just like sometimes they sit on their own babies, and sometimes they eat their own babies. Like it's just pot luck, really." And
Is there ever times where you think, if there is such a thing as reincarnation, there's just like in your head, there's a list of animals that you just go, no.
yeah, you'd be lucky if you were born as a piglet to survive.
Well, that's it. You just find yourself going, no.
Yeah.
You don't want to. If there is such a thing as reincarnation, what animals are you not coming back as? I don't want to come back as one that's used for meat.
No.
You don't want to come back as a cow and be like, do you know what? This is all right. I've got all this grass. Why is that bloke coming over here with a fucking shotgun? You wouldn't want to be a cow, would you?
No, cow, pig,
Sheep.
something like a dog or a cat, I suppose. Just something that's human-ish. I think probably a cat. A cat's got a bit more freedom than a dog. A dog could potentially, kind of, if you end up in the wrong hands, you could be an outdoorsy sort of dog, like a farm sort of dog. But if you end up living with some retired old OAP,
I wondered what you was going to say then.
but then you just wouldn't be going out when you just wouldn't enjoy it. You'd be like, well, I want to go for a run, but this old prick won't take me, so you just wouldn't enjoy
She
it.
attaches you to your mobility scooter.
Yeah. But
Would you want to come back as something that lives for like? Could you imagine, like, let's just say
or a horse.
I wouldn't want to come back as a horse. Why would you want to come back as a horse? Imagine you come back as a
You'd live for not as long as a human, but I've lived for quite a long time.
Right, so you either come back as a horse,
and if I'm a bloke with a massive cock,
in a fucking.
You asked.
Yeah. So you'd come back as a fucking female horse, don't you?
Yeah, probably.
But it's a horse. You either come back and you're Katie Price's pet.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get ridden.
Or Molly May's pet.
Or Molly May's pet. I wasn't being specific. Or you're a racehorse, and with as clumsy as you are, you'd last the race before they put a fucking shotgun to your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you want to, imagine if reincarnated, could you imagine what are those big turtles? Tortoises.
That's what a Martha's got a tortoise.
I don't think she's got one that's like 200 years old, though. You know the big bastards?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that was someone reincarnated?
Yeah.
They came back and went, oh, look at that. I've come back. And reincarnation, imagine it would be even better if they were someone that believed in God and they went, I was right. I'm back. I get to live my life again. And guess what? When I die as this animal, I'm going to come back. I'm what? I've all got this speed. And how long do I live for? 200 years? Fuck off!
Maybe they think it's fast, though. You don't know how a tortoise thinks. Maybe they think they're going really fast.
Would you not notice, though, as everything else in the world went past you?
I don't know, because I've never been a tortoise. This is taking a really, really weird tangent, but
Can
yeah.
you imagine,
They might think they're fast. Like, in comparison, like, you could be a really fast tortoise. If you're in, like, I don't know, if you've got like a group of tortoises, you could be the fastest one out of a group of them.
Yeah.
And think you're really fast.
And or I'll try that again. Your missus's fucking pet, get put in the garden and watch a cat go, boom.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, at some point, they'd go, I'm not as quick as I think I am.
Actually, it'd be quite a bummer if you were, like, born and there was loads of tortoises and you're the fastest one. You think you're really fast, and then someone turns up with a dog or a cat, and you're just like, after 20 years, you're like, fuck, it's all been a lie.
What, that Flash or whatever that film was with the snail?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am the quickest thing in this garden. Where the fuck did that just go? Oh, there's a cat. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, being a cat could be quite fun. A lot of freedom. Just if you've got decent owners, a lot of freedom.
Would you not want to come back as something a bit more exotic?
Well, probably, possibly.
I'd like to come back as something like well, I'm scared of heights. I was going to say an eagle or something would be pretty cool. I'm scared of heights.
You'd get eaten by something like a lion or a cheetah as soon as you land, though, potentially in a field.
Eagles don't have many. Right.
Am I getting mixed up with...
Can I also put a pin in it? Landing in a field.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can land in a zoo,
yes,
that's what I mean.
This is the pig field. You've got the lambs in there. Don't worry about that. That's a lion. And over here, it's the fucking gazelles. All right. And the lions escape all the time. Don't worry about it. Do you mean like landing...
Like in a zoo.
Or in the jungle?
Or in the jungle. Yeah, something
in
like
a field. Those big African fields they have, full of lions and tigers. No, but eagles don't have... Eagles can go ages before they have to land.
I know, but you could potentially be quite unlucky and just be like, I need a rest, I'm just going to lie down now. Yeah, exactly.
Alligator. Oh no, have you seen that thing on... Was it This Is Our World or something? When the jaguar kills the... I think it's a caiman. I think it's a caiman crocodile. It's brilliant. It's one of those things that's always on TikTok, but you have to search for it weird. Go on TikTok and be like capybara jaguar, and basically some of the best bit of camera work you'll ever see. But there's a capybara on the sea, on the side, the riverbank. There we go. And they're going, and this caiman crocodile is hunting the capybaras, and out of nowhere, this jaguar grabs the fucking the caiman by the head and just drags it out the water, and then the capybara's like. But I reckon jaguar, they've not got many predators, have they?
No.
Hunters.
No.
The problem is, whatever you come back as, you're never top of the tree, are you?
No.
Like, you come back as an elephant. That's all well and good. You've not got really many predators, apart from fucking American doctors who want to shoot you.
Yeah.
Anything you come back. A bear? Do bears have many?
But then you got to be aggressive and angry all the time.
31 years. I fucking nailed it.
I don't think I'd want to come back as something that's aggressive and angry all the time.
Yeah, but do you realise you're aggressive and angry?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I was saying about the tortoise. You don't know if you might think they're really quick. They might think they're really quick.
What about a sloth? Sloths must know. Sloths? Oh, fucking hell. They must know that they're slow.
Yeah, probably.
They must do, don't they? Because they'll be like, I want that grape. I'm going to go and get that grape. I'm going to get that grape. I'm getting it. I'm definitely getting it. I was falling on the floor. Oh, it's not ripe anymore. They must know they're slow. What about a koala bear?
Yeah, something like that'd be fun. Or an otter.
Otter, I'm not sure if I could do otter.
What's wrong with an otter?
Don't foxes eat them? Koala bears are pretty high up on the food chain, aren't they? Cause is it gonorrhea? They've got something, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah. He's got
Has it gone?
chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
I think if you eat koala, you get chlamydia.
Oh, right.
I think. I might be wrong.
Don't open a restaurant.
Koala burgers.
May contain chlamydia.
I'm sure it's got...
that's a twist on...
Making a murderer?
That's a twist on, like, going to the shop and it might contain nuts, or, you know, like this jam might contain...
Strawberries.
Yeah.
This pack of peanuts may contain nuts. Oh, really? This koala burger may contain chlamydia. That's not... Isn't it weird what you'd risk? If you've got, like, a bit of a nut allergy... The course I was on last week, there was someone that was allergic to peanuts, and they turned... the first day for lunch, they went, is it all nuts you're allergic to? And he went, no, it's just peanuts. And he went, it's just this one's got nuts in it. And he was like, well, it looks nice, I'll take the fucking chance. If I turned around and said, eating this, you might get chlamydia. It's amazing how quickly you go, do you know what? I think I'll give that one a miss.
Give it a miss, yeah.
I think I won't have that. I think I'll have something else. Yeah, quite. Would you want to come back in a hot country? What about fish? Shark.
Yeah, something like a shark, I suppose. I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know. But then, like, you're just stuck in that hot country all the time. I think I'd probably prefer somewhere like England where it does get hot, but it's just like if you go.
Fox.
If you go somewhere like Africa, yeah, Fox is a good one. If you go somewhere like Africa, it's going to be permanently hot.
Yeah, but again,
you don't really know
we go back to the torture. Not that it's fast.
But you don't know how to cope with it either.
Well, I'm overweight, so if I came back as a lion in the middle of Africa, I'm going to sweat my bollocks off.
Exactly.
I'll be like the overweight lion. Yeah. A fox might not be a bad shout.
Yeah. Do we talk about some cricket? We've really detailed into a different tangent here. We've done an hour of... Well, I suppose we did start talking.
We started with cricket. I just want to know what your thoughts are on reincarnation.
Yeah, I suppose it's... I don't know. Like,
you're not religious though, are you?
No, I kind of get it, and I suppose it'd be quite nice, but I just don't really. I don't really believe it. There's too many things that happen that if it was a thing, they wouldn't happen. I don't believe that.
I always think with religion, and I know that your probably arse is very tight now, thinking, "Oh fuck, this is going to be the thing that cancels the podcast is done." My thought with religion is, I don't wish that I believed. I don't believe. I'm very much of the. When you die, you're brown bread and worm food. But it must be nice to be religious.
Yeah.
Because either way, when you die, you can't be wrong. Yeah, if you die, you live your life believing in any of them, you believe in any of them, and you live your life going, yeah, but when I die, there's nothing to be afraid of, because when I die, I'm going to heaven and I'm going to go and sit with the Almighty and all that. If you die on your right, everything that you hoped it was is there for you.
Yeah.
If you're wrong, when you've died, you've not panicked about, fuck me, have I got enough in the pension to pay for a funeral?
Maybe
it must be nice.
Maybe there should be a religion around just always wanting to be right.
I think it's called being a woman.
Yeah, that was cancelled. Well done.
I managed to walk that line so well with the religion stuff, didn't I? And then fucked it at the end.
That was like a mic drop moment.
That was a very Tommy Cooper.
Speaking of mic drops, want to talk about Wednesday? Wednesday night. Always win something in my second season.
No, I don't want to fucking talk about it. Not because I'm. Well done, Tottenham. You scored. We couldn't fucking do that. Well, no, we could have done, but your fucking defenders defended. The bit that's got me is, one, it was probably the worst final I think I've ever watched.
I didn't watch it, but I've heard that, yeah.
Tottenham had one shot on target the whole game, and they scored from it. And it needed help in with Luke Shaw. And Onana deciding that I don't know what he thought he was fucking doing. But, fuck me, you don't realise how bear in mind, every Man United fan going into that match went, we've been shite.
Yeah.
It'd be quite nice if we win. We get in the Champions League. It'll be quite nice to stop Tottenham. And we can all laugh at Tottenham for having
being Spursy again.
Yeah, being Spursy again. The second that we lost, Amorim's got to go. These players have got to go. I don't know why I did that. Don't know why I did that. And I ended up getting in a bit of a spat on Twitter. Not spat, because I don't take it that seriously. But someone on Twitter was like, Amorim's got to go. This is not good enough. He's got to go. And my reply was, and bring in who? I don't care. If you can say to me, yeah, well, I think we should go and get X, Y, and Z. They're available. They are within budget, because considering how much we spent getting Ten Hag out and Amorim in, and they'll be able to work with these players. They've got a track record. There's no one that can fucking do it. And he just kept going, yeah, but these players. We're like, well, that's the players' issue, not an Amorim issue. Yeah, but tell me who
It doesn't really inspire though in terms of like what he's done.
Yeah, but he's also had his hands tied.
Yeah,
and one of those players
just going into like one of the biggest clubs in the world. He's turned up and like, okay, this is a lot more work than I thought.
Well, one, it's a lot more work than he thought. He's had no pre-season.
Yeah,
and until I don't think, am I right? I might be wrong, but I think it was until February that he didn't actually get a full week's training.
Maybe
because we were playing Saturday or Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday. It was like, we think about it, playing on Sunday, Monday's recovery, Thursday or Wednesday you're travelling somewhere. He was only getting a day, so I think it weren't until February he got 4 weeks training in, and then you think, right, okay, well, then the only player that he has signed was Dorgu, and Dorgu was probably our best fucking player. So when you look at it and go, right, the players he wants, and the players that, I mean, you take Maguire out. I don't know what the fuck has happened to him recently, but he's playing well. He likes Mazraoui. He likes De Ligt. Right, De Ligt's injured. Mazraoui's having to keep playing him out of position because the fucking centre-backs are injured. And you think, I know it's one of those where we keep going, and I'm sure Man United fans are sick of fucking saying it, but at the end of every season we go, we could do so much better if we cleared out the deadwood. And then at the end of the next season, we go,
fucking expensive deadwood.
The deadwood that we still got from last year, we now need to add 2 more players to that. So we now need to get rid of, let's say, realistically, Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Malacia, Shaw, Onana, Garnacho, because he's fucked himself.
Well, Garnacho's gone, isn't he?
He's fucked himself.
I don't think he necessarily wants. Well, he might have wanted to go, but
I think he did. Why would you say something like that? He turned around and goes, "I've played in every game," and then.
When did he say like that on Twitter or?
No, he said it straight after the game in the post-match interview. I played in every round and I got 20 minutes. Yeah, because you played in every round. You were fucking shite.
Yeah.
But so there's 7 that
Anthony?
you go. I said him, Anthony,
Oh,
because he's out on loan, isn't he? So you've got Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Shaw, Malacia, Garnacho. Who was it? I said someone else. Onana.
Onana,
You got, and then including that, Lindelof's out of contract, Eriksen's out of contract, Tom Heaton's out of contract. Tom Heaton will probably sign a new deal because he'll go towards the English players. So 9 players there.
Yeah.
Realistically, 2 of them are on a free. If you think we're getting £40 million for Rashford, you've got another thing coming. Anthony, I think we're going to be lucky if we get 20 mil.
Also, it's like one of those where he's been on loan, so they'll probably just want to buy him, and they're kind of in a bit of a stronger position.
Yeah. So we're going to go, if Betis come to us and go, we'll give you 20 million, we're going to be going, have that. Sancho, fuck knows. Like Chelsea is supposed to take him for 40 million because he's played enough games. But they're now saying they don't want him. So we could be stuck with Sancho. Malacia, I think, has got an option, to go. What's it called? Obligation to buy.
Yeah.
Shaw, apparently Newcastle. I wouldn't. I think that's a bit of a chain reaction with Livramento going on to City.
Yeah.
So sure. Onana, fuck me if we can find someone stupid enough to pay out money for him. Jesus Christ. But you look at that and go, so that's 5 players to sell. Chuck in Garnacho. Realistically, we'll get maybe 40 million because he's got age on his side. We've got more chance of getting 40 million for Garnacho than we do Rashford. You look at that and go, 120 mil? 130 mil. Maybe. Not, I'm doing the rough maths on it. Yeah. Not obviously not including the wages.
But probably a lot of that's going towards debt from the sounds of what Ratcliffe said.
We owe 150 million pound on players we've already signed, and one who we've signed and have since sold. You think, fuck me, that's brilliant. So you look at that and go, yeah, we can get. You might be able to boost your budget by 30 million because of clearing the wages.
Here's a prediction for you. So one of my mates said...
Here's a prediction. I'm going to love this.
So one of my mates said after the game, can we hyper dream, as in will Man United get relegated next season because he's not a United fan. So hear me out on this. You'll finish in the league, you'll finish exactly where you finished this year, but you're going to win the FA Cup. Amarin's going to be a load of crap. It's going to get to Christmas. You're going to be genuinely like sort of down towards the bottom end of the table. Steve Bruce will come in and he'll sort things out. Because you will at some point soon... Almost. What's the clubs when they're when they're nearly going bust? They go into
liquidation, administration.
Administration. You will do.
We're on the cusp of it.
We'll do something like that, and then someone like Steve Bruce will have to go in. He will go in because fans will kind of like him, and because he's cheap. And someone like that will go in, and
run them.
You'll probably still be a bit of a clusterfuck. But I think he will get you towards going. Like basically, I still think you're going to start next year. Like you're not going to be any better.
I think it's going to depend. And this might be rose-tinted glasses. I think it's going to depend on who we sign. We got Matthias Cunha coming in.
Yeah.
If we can get, they're talking. It's Delap and Gyökeres. Can't afford one or the other.
Yeah. Delap's like 60, 70 million, isn't he?
Gyökeres is 62. Delap's 30. Because he's got a release clause.
Oh, was he?
I'd rather went after Gyökeres. Go and get another goalkeeper. I think the rest of the team you look at and go, you'll do. Like,
but that's very much like the whole team at the minute is like, you'll do.
No, it's not though, is it? Because you look at Onana, and we will talk cricket. We've gone into football now. You look at Onana, you look and go, I don't want to play you. But it's you or buying it.
Yeah.
And neither of you are good enough. There's ones you look at and go, like up front, Xerxes, you're not going to set the world alight. You'll fucking do though. You'll grab us a goal when we need it. Left hand side, go and get Cunha on the left. Go and get. If it was up to me, I'd go Gyökeres up top. Obviously, finance depending. Gyökeres up top. Cunha and Ahmad. Probably wide.
Will you keep Hoyland, or was he one? He's young, so you could probably sell him.
I think it's harsh to sell him.
But he doesn't do financially. You need to.
He doesn't do anything wrong. He just doesn't do anything fucking right. Like he doesn't score.
Yeah.
But you could never turn around and go, he doesn't put the effort in.
Yeah.
I'd probably get rid of Hoyland over Xerxes. Again, you ain't going to get a lot of fucking money for him, are you?
No.
So, Ahmad on the right. Holding, you're going, I think it'll be Bruno and Ugarte. Or Bruno and Maino. Left will be Dorgu. Right will be Mazraoui. And then fully fit defence is Martinez, Delict, Yoro. Which isn't a bad... You go through that team and you're going, that team should not be finishing 17th.
No.
And then in goal, go and find anyone that can catch.
Yeah.
You! We'll sign you! Just someone that can fucking stop a ball. Because it's in bad... I think Onana is done.
Like Casemiro, have you seen the Casemiro thing from the final? Basically, Onana's dishing out instructions to Casemiro.
Casemiro turned around and told him to basically fuck off,
It looked like he did turn around and just like, do one because I've just got absolutely no respect for you whatsoever.
I think that's the problem is it was all very funny that he got chipped on his debut from fucking halfway line. But when you're making those mistakes weekly, I think it now becomes a point. And to be fair to Savage? No. Who was on commentary? Fletcher and
McCoist, yeah.
Made the point that Tottenham defence, you look at it and go, it's not the greatest. But they had Vicario. I mean, Vicario didn't have a fucking brilliant game.
Yeah.
But I reckon Tottenham probably had more faith in their goalkeeper than Man United's defence.
I'm a bit disappointed that Ange didn't just mic drop, just walk out. Like, fucking told you I win stuff my second season.
I loved it.
So it was a bit disappointing. I know he's obviously staying, so he's got to do that.
I don't think he was going to.
I know the whole, like, I've got to build a project, blah, blah, blah. But I would have loved to him just be like, walk in the presser and he's like, I fucking told you I won stuff in my second season. See you later. Done. But I feel like he actually probably has it in him to do something like that.
I don't think he's going to stay.
Yeah, I still feel like they might sack him.
I don't think he'll sack. I think he'll go.
I don't think he's particularly keen on... He's going to have to deal with the English media, like, if he stays. Yeah. So I don't think he's going to want to do that.
Should we talk some cricket now? Because we have done now an hour and 10 minutes.
And just about everything else.
Yeah.
It's been a good start to summer for England.
Yeah, it's not been a good start for Kent, has it?
No, it's been a disastrous one for England.
England, yeah.
For a Kent player for England.
Yeah, we said a few weeks ago, didn't we, that it doesn't make sense. It's a 4-day test. Don't understand that. But couldn't have asked for a better start from I think we're just after lunch on day 2.
Yeah.
England declaring 556 for 5, was it?
Yeah. They're 200 for 5.
They're 200 for 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we turned off, they were 81 for 2.
Oh, right. Bennett is 111 not out for them.
But, going back to it, Zach Crawley.
Yeah.
127?
124.
124. Duckett, 141.
140.
I'll get this one. And Pope 171. Nailed it!
Third attempt. Yeah, they didn't hang around, did they? 140 off 134 balls, 171 off 166 balls, 58 off 50 balls. Yeah, no, there was no hanging around.
With the greatest respect, and we're going to come on to this because I think it does tie up quite well with players' choices, should we say. With the greatest respect, it is Zimbabwe.
But I saw someone on BBC Live Text. He was like, "Yeah, we can moan about who we're playing, but why do we have to moan that we're playing someone shit and like we're wasting a good performance on someone like Zimbabwe? Why can't we just enjoy the performance?"
Oh no, I am enjoying it, but you have got to think. In a month's time, India are coming.
Yeah,
and India come with. I mean, Zimbabwe
without Cody though.
Without Cody, without Rohit Sharma as well. You do think, yeah, Zimbabwe. There were, I was going to say, a goalkeeper down, a bowler down with Mabavara. Is that his name? Going down on the first day.
He was the one that was a big build-up about, wasn't it?
No, that's Blessings Muzarabani, who was the one that took Pope and Stokes and possibly did he take Root? I can't remember. Blessings Muzarabani is the 6'8", and then you've got Naiachu. Can you tell I was watching this yesterday?
Yeah.
Naiachu is the one that's got dreadlocks.
Oh, right.
And then there's Chamvinga.
Yeah.
He was the other one that opened the bowling today. Then you've got Shahan Raza,
Yeah.
Madaveri,
Yeah. And Bennett.
and Ben Bennett. Bought himself on. Because he's
He's 111, not out of 104 balls. He's very Bazball. So that's how you're going to play this, is it? Fair enough.
I do think that's probably what he's done. Because yesterday, did you see much yesterday? Yesterday was very chanceless. Crawley Crawley, for all his stick he's had, batted really well. Ben Duckett played a Ben Duckett innings. I think left a grand total of 2 balls in the whole innings. And I think both of them were given as wides anyway. So Ollie Pope came out with a bit of purpose. I think he raced to his 50 in about 50, 60 balls. Joe Root, I think he should be dropped. It's shocking to not get a 50 day. Harry Brook. Harry Brook was a weird one though. Because I think I texted, didn't I? Harry Brook looked skittish all of last night.
And this morning.
I'm just trying to work out whether he did come in. Yeah, he came in last night. No. Yes, he did. He came out last night. Looked very skittish last night. Looked very skittish this morning. And then twatted 4 balls for 20. And was like, maybe not.
Might have found his rhythm.
Might have done. But then, did you see his reaction to chopping on?
No.
So he's got out to Masrabani by chopping on. I thought the stumps were going. Because the bat's gone. I can't remember if he's tried to uppercut it or just try to. But the bat's there. And the bat comes fucking back. And it's like, oh. So I could just imagine them stumps just going, ding. And then
I don't know what happened to that. I just guess you get like these.
You'll get a demerit point, won't you?
Demerit points, but nothing really happens though. It's just a fine and a demerit point.
It's a fine and a demerit point, and then I'd be intrigued to know. It might be something you've got to research next. Does anyone ever actually?
You get like a ban
12?
Or something? Yeah.
I think it's a match ban for 12 demerit points. I think. Did Coley get one?
Maybe. Have you seen Crawley's interview after the game, by the way, yesterday?
No.
So that was quite interesting. They basically said to him, like, I know you're not on social media, blah, 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 but you must know that people are talking about you. And basically, they said something quite harsh, something like, Matt Henry, and this is when he was interviewing him. It's like, Matt Henry had you in his pocket a little bit, didn't he, or something? I was thinking, fucking hell, that's a bit harsh. Like,
he did that, didn't he?
But when you're saying it to his face, I was a bit like, but he was, Zach was like, well, yeah, I know it goes on, and like, I'm not on social media, and I know it is a bit annoying, does get on my nerves at times. But the most annoying thing is when I'm not scoring runs. Like it doesn't really bother me because ultimately, when you're not scoring runs, you get criticised. But the most annoying thing about me not performing is me not performing. It's got nothing to do with like
runs. It's not
outside.
No, I think he batted really well yesterday.
And they've spoke quite a lot about his stance. Apparently, he's trying to stand taller, and like no one seemed to pick up on that. I was like, what?
Yeah, but if you're 6 foot, I'm 6'5". I'm the same height as him.
Yeah,
it's difficult to stand tall.
Yeah,
because you will find yourself getting yorkered.
Yeah,
and it just going under the bat. He's got, and he's another one I'd love to just speak to about, not necessarily on pod, but I'd just love to know, like his stride.
Yeah,
fucking hell, he looks like he must stretch. Is it what's it called, the squats where you go side?
Oh yeah.
Side to side. His stride is massive.
We said that he's trying not to go at the ball hard because he naturally goes at the ball hard anyway. But quite a lot of the time he gets out going too hard at the ball.
Edging.
So he's trying not to go too hard. And then he was also like, his stance is a lot sort of tighter. They were showing it. It was like his stance is like his feet are like that far apart, whereas it used to be that far apart.
Didn't notice. I won't lie, I didn't notice.
But yeah, and he actually said that he's felt in good nick for ages, but he's actually played on some really tough pitches at Kent, which actually at the start
probably makes sense, doesn't it?
At the start of the season you do, but if you look at some of the Kent games, like people have got runs in them.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible.
Just no one for Kent.
Well, yeah,
that's the problem.
We're getting absolutely murdered again today.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
2-2-4 for 1 now. I'm looking. So the first, that's low scoring. Yeah, see, Kent beat Middlesex, chased down 3-1-6-2 down.
But like we said last time,
Obviously 420 last week.
Was
yeah, against Gloucestershire. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Grant and Chris Benjamin.
oh yeah. I lost my train of thought though.
Like we said last week, we didn't say anything last week.
Last time I said. He's only been able to do it in one inning so far, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But like you said, that was probably the most confident he's looked batting.
Yeah.
He batted really well. Ben Duckett was just. But I get the feeling, and I know he's always going to say, "No, I respect every bowler and every match is involved." He played like he fucking hated the Zimbabweans for wasting his time. It was almost like he's just going, "You bowling there? Fuck off, mate. Oh, you bowling there? Fuck off over there. You bowling there? Fuck off over there." He played. I could almost imagine in his head just going, "Waste of time, 4. Waste of time, 4. Waste of time, 6. Ollie Pope came out with a point to prove. He was quite interesting because have you seen his 6?
No.
So there's a 6 he played yesterday that was so far down leg side it looked like it was going to be a wide.
All right.
And he's just sort of got his back under it and just flicked it. But what he hadn't clocked was third man.
Oh, right.
So he's flicked, fine leg, sorry, not third man. So he's flicked it and you're going, if he's just got out to that, what a prick. And Joe Root didn't get 50, so I think he should be dropped.
I don't think Stokes. Well,
No, Stokes got 9.
The others didn't either. Do you want to know who got the wickets today?
No.
Okay.
What, for Kent?
No, for England.
Yeah, who's taken them?
So Sam Cook got 1.
Yeah, he got the first one.
So that's good.
Bashir's got 1.
2.
Oh, has he got another one?
When was it? I've forgotten.
Bashir had 1
Stokes
just before we
got
came
2.
up to record. Stokes got 2.
I think Stokes.
Is Stokes bowling? Because they said he wasn't going to bowl.
I think it was him.
Good research, Tom. He can be 6 now by the time you
Yeah, no, Stokes was bowled 3 overs, 7 for 2.
God, it's not bad, is it? But yeah, no, he what was I going to say? I text Sensei about Bashir. He bowled absolute dross, and then picked out one of the best fucking balls to get Irvine.
I don't know.
Irvine, sorry,
Yeah.
out. But going back a bit, obviously, Pope was under pressure. Who do you think was under more pressure, Pope or Crawley?
Probably Pope, because I just don't think they're going to drop Crawley as much as people might want them to. Just realistically, they're never going to do it. So probably because they can't see another opener like Zach at the minute. So it probably was Pope.
So Pope obviously went and got 171.
Yeah.
Took the pressure off himself a bit.
Yeah, I suppose they have done it a little bit. And I suppose a lot of these players, they're quite sort of streaky players. So although it's a bit of a pointless sort of exercise, they're quite streaky players. So this could get them into form before going through India.
Going into form, though, might shoot Jacob Bethel in the foot, mightn't it?
Mm.
Because a lot of these... So who's... Obviously, with what happened with India and Pakistan,
Yeah.
both of those tournaments were delayed.
Yeah.
So... Obviously, there was a bit of jiggery-pokery. And basically,
England... the cricket pitch or off it?
England...
I was going to say, jiggery-pokery is an interesting term to use for what...
Blowing the shit out of each other. England gave it up to the players, didn't it? And said,
yeah,
if you want to come back. You join the one-day side, you join the test side. If you don't want to come back, you don't have to come back. Now, anyone who was picked for the one-day side came back bar Archer. And anyone who... I know the test side came out after the decision was made. But anyone who would have been in the test side, the only one who didn't come back was Jacob Bethel. Archer stayed out in India, is now ruled out of the what he would have played in the West Indies series because he's now thumb injury.
I think Rob Key said it wasn't serious, though, didn't they?
But now they're saying the plan. So apparently the plan was gets called up to the West, goes to the West Indies for the one day, and was going to be called up to the Lions with a view for could be ready for India in the summer. He's now got to miss the Lions tour because he won't be back from injury. I don't think. I think he'll still be injured because he's obviously missing the West Indies. I think he'll still be injured, so he can't do the Lions tour, which then really means he can't be considered for India.
No.
Because if he weren't playing county cricket but was playing on the Lions tour and was taking wickets on the Lions tour, you go, that doesn't matter that he's not played county cricket because he's played for the Lions. He's not playing for the Lions. So when we need him, because don't forget, after India, the next Test series is the Ashes.
Yeah.
And do we want to take him to Australia? Yeah. He's the perfect player to play in Australia. Has he now shot himself in the foot by... And even he was saying he was targeting the Ashes.
Yeah.
Has he shot himself in the foot by going, and to an extent, as Bethel? Because Bethel, this would have been a perfect time.
Yeah, possibly, but then...
I think if Bethel was here, I don't think Ollie Pope plays.
But in terms of Archer, who actually replaces him, like they're going to take Atkinson as a pace bowler. But they'll take...
What are we talking about? The Ashes or the Lions? No, let's scroll back. Go to the India one, because that's the more immediate one. He might come back from injury, bowl all the way through for Sussex, isn't it? And yeah, he's a sure in for Australia. But India's the one that would have made sense to go and do.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So do they replace him with someone for the India series, or someone like for like with a view to replacing him for the Ashes? Do you see what I mean? Like a quick bowler as opposed, or do they go with a seamer?
No, I think Archer would have been in Wood's place.
Yeah.
With Wood being injured, I think let's say Archer made the decision. Let's say Archer was in the same boat as Bethel and could have been in the Test side for today or this Test. I think Josh Tongue doesn't play.
Yeah, he's not that quick as he.
He's quick. I think he's
not as quick as the others.
No, he's the quick. I think he's the quickest. So you got Gus Atkinson, Gus Atkinson opening bowler.
Yeah.
Sam Cook swing bowler. Yeah. Josh Tongue fast bowler. They've gone in with a good variation, which is a thing that we said in India and Pakistan last year. It was like, we're just going to try and blow your socks off. If that doesn't work, we're fucked. Yeah. That was a really poor choice of words. I'm aware of it as the words left my mouth, but you know what I mean. We're just going to try and bombard you with pace.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, we're fucked. I think Josh Tongue sits his one out and Archer could have come in. For India, Mark Wood still won't be fit. Chris Wokes might be back. Chris Wokes is going with the Lions now.
I suppose he might call it quits after the Ashes, so he might have the Ashes in him, but I don't think he's got that much longer left in him.
I don't know whether I don't think he'd get picked. Now, it depends how Sam Cook does.
Yeah.
But Chris Wokes is going with the Lions, which means that he's probably not going to go on the India tour, or not be part of the India squad. Yeah. So you're going, that's right, that's Sam Cook's in, depending. Unless someone completely comes and blows him out of the water. Again, not best choice of words with what's going on. But then you go, right, Josh Tongue comes out, Archer comes in.
Yeah.
So Archer, to me now, he's like, if I was Archer, I personally would have gone, I don't want to, it sounds bad, I want to play for England.
But he should be. They've got like this, these rules they've now set out around the IPL and stuff.
What is it? It's like an excessive availability. Is that what it's called? Something like that, isn't it? An availability exemption. Thank you.
So like they can have him for the India or Australia series now, but by doing that, they've admitted that all these rules that they've set out around the IPL are just complete bollocks. And if you're the right sort of player, they'll just
the plan was
anyway.
I know it's obviously gone screwed up for non-cricketing reasons. Let's just say that. But England could have put an exemption on Bethel and... Because I texted you yesterday, didn't I, saying, has Bethel... If Bethel says, no, I'm going to come back, I want to be part of the Test squad...
Well, I don't really see them dropping, especially for India. I don't see them dropping anyone. It'll be Duckett and Crawley opening. It'll be Pope.
But for this one, we've seen a bit of experimentation. We've seen Josh Tongue. Because, again, don't forget, we've not seen Dylan Pennington. We've not seen Josh Hull,
Yeah.
who were both ones that you think were probably in. I know Wood's injured, Wokes is recovering, like getting over injury.
Yeah.
But you got Atkinson, Cass, Potts. There's players there that they've gone. We know what you can do.
Yeah.
I think Potts will get into the India side now. But you look and go, we know what you can do. We want to see what. Because batting's reps, isn't it?
Yeah.
Batting's reps. We've seen that with Crawley. We've seen that with Duckett. We've seen it with Pope now.
I've not seen it with us.
Not seen it with us. But they're reps.
Yeah.
So going out and facing, let's call them decent club bowlers,
Yeah.
decent county bowlers, it's probably going to do the batsman a world of good.
Yeah.
But the bowlers, it's honing your skills.
Yeah.
And I just think, had Bethel made the decision and gone, no, I want to play Test cricket for England. I'm going to come back from the IPL. I'm going to play in this Test to nail in my seat for India. He's decided not to.
Yeah.
And now
in the foot a bit, yeah.
the person or the two people, because he can open.
Yeah.
So the two people that you need, what he would have wanted was the money from the IPL to turn on the TV at the end of the day and go, oh, Zach Crawley and Ollie Pope both got golden ducks. Happy days. But it's not happened, and now he surely must be on the back. Because if we go to when India come round,
Yeah.
if they turn around and go, right, yeah, so Jacob Bethel's coming in and he's coming in 3.
Mm.
Well, hang on, Ollie Pope,
Yeah.
we're at home.
Yeah. Start at the Oval? No, maybe start at
It
the
doesn't normally, does it? It normally starts.
Usually finishes at the Oval.
Yeah, it's normally. But it might even be. It might be Edgbaston. Is it not Edgbaston, Lords, Old Trafford? It would normally be Headingley, but I don't think they've got it, have they? And then it's might be Trent Bridge and then Oval. So it would have been perfect.
Mm. I think we should probably, for that series, we should be. If they've got no Kohli and no Sharma, then probably.
I think this is going to sound so strange considering what they did to us when we was in India, but they were almost like the lid on the jam jar for a bug.
Mm.
Like you think they had Shreyas Iyer ended up batting at 5 when he's normally a number 3. You think about the openers, they had Shubman Gill and Jaiswal.
Mm.
Only one of them played because Rohit Sharma was there. So if you take that out, it's not exactly. Yeah,
Covered it.
I don't know. It's not exactly like they're not. It's not like you're looking and going, that's that India team.
So you'll miss Kohli more than just as a number. You miss him as more than just a middle over batsman. You will miss him as like a leader and a captain.
The fact that both went.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking it's for Shreyas Iyer made captain?
Yeah.
Was he?
I think so.
You don't sound confident. I'm sure. I think I read somewhere Shreyas Iyer was made captain. So he's not a bad player.
No.
I think it's just going to be a case of suck it and see. But personally, I think Bethel more than Archer has made the wrong choice here. Staying at the IPL.
Yeah, because there's more batting depth, isn't there? Like, so if you come out. Apart from opening batsmen,
you come
more
out.
batting depth.
Well, you think about who the spare batsmen are on this one.
Yeah.
James Root. Think about that Lions. Have you seen the Lions squad? Fucking the Essex one. Jordan Cox. You've got James Root as captain.
Yeah.
There's Emilio Gaze in there. There's a lot of batsmen in there that are going to be going. Fuck, we're proving ourselves.
Yeah.
We're proving ourselves in English conditions. We chose England over money.
Also, like, it's away from that series, but Angelo Matthews retiring from Sri Lanka.
Oh, is he? I missed that.
So he's playing Bangladesh, I think, but he's retiring after that.
What, Test? I mean,
to be fair, he's been
45, hasn't he?
He must be fairly old.
And he's retired once already. He came back, didn't he? He retired.
He's one of those players that, like...
I used to love watching him.
He doesn't really intimidate you, but he's really
good,
really consistent, isn't he?
But then, do you not always think that with Sangakkara as well? Sangakkara was one that you went, Yeah, but he's not that disruptive. And then all of a sudden you're like, he's got 150 off of that
Yeah.
120 balls. You're going, yeah, right, yeah, that's pretty destructive. That is.
Matthews, I suppose, is probably in a way a very similar leader to. No, he's like a leader, but he's very different to Coley. Like Coley's very much like talk and kind of trying to get in people. Yeah, trying to get in people's head. Very probably Jamie Vardy-esque in cricket.
Yeah.
Whereas Matthews is probably a bit more like. I think of another example, like Gerrard-esque, like he just kind of does
Lead
it.
by example.
Yeah.
Right. But then do you not think, and it's quite funny, it came up on another podcast, a football podcast, talking about Stuart Downing, when Stuart Downing went back to Middlesbrough.
Mm.
And they asked him, would it not frustrate you that you went from, where was he at the time? Was it
After Liverpool.
It might have been Liverpool to
Might have been Liverpool.
Middlesbrough. And they were like, 2 weeks ago, you're with Gerrard, Torres, Suarez, the like, although obviously not all at the same time, and now you're with the greatest respect at Middlesbrough. Would you not get frustrated? Do you not think because Angelo Matthews came through with Jayasuriya, Sangakkara, Jai Wardner,
maybe even
Shaminda Vars probably would have been the other opener. Murali, yeah. And potentially Malinga. I know he didn't play.
And the other spinner, who's the other spinner that's quite decent? Haraf?
Yeah. He came through in probably the prime Sri Lanka test side. And I mean it with the greatest of respect now. And I know that they beat us, got one test victory against us. They're not that now. Do you not think there must have been a time where he, like even last summer, must have been going, this isn't for me anymore.
Yeah. Well, but like you say, he came out of retirement, so.
It came. Was it 4 years ago he came back out?
Yeah, so I suppose that shows that he's not all like
big time.
You know,
he's not big time, Charlie.
It's not like Stokes is playing alongside Root and Brook now, and to be fair, I don't think Stokes would do it either. But if they all went and then England just went like that, I think Stokes would probably come back out of retirement to help them.
Yeah.
Right? And Matthews is a very sort of
has been doing my fucking head in.
South African equivalent.
He's a South African.
Sri Lankan equivalent. It's because of that fucking fly. I got distracted.
But yeah, no, it's been quite newsworthy. I think because we're getting back into the summer, it's going to be a lot of tests on. Not as much as I think. I think some of these little member countries should be given. Do you know how many tests Zimbabwe have played this year?
Probably this is the first.
No.
How's it not?
9?
9? Against 2.
I don't know. I think they've done Bangladesh.
I suppose, like, with all due respect, we would pay attention to Australia, India, or South Africa, Sri Lanka, or something, but we're not really going to pay too much.
Because that Blessings Murazabani has just gone on to 21 wickets for the year.
Oh,
he's like leading the way. I saw it on BBC Sport because it started yesterday while I was working and I was driving home because I finished early. I dropped my van off for service. Then it was like, he leads the way in World Test wickets. And he went, bearing in mind he's played in 9.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Oh, I think that's enough. I'm getting warm now.
Yeah, he's getting hot.
That's enough.
Yeah. So we have been From the Boundary. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at From the Boundary Pod. You can also email us at fromtheboundarypod@gmail.com. We also have a Patreon, which gives you access to I can't think what you call them.
These episodes?
Limited.
I reckon that the heat might be getting to us slightly.
And merchandise when that comes. Discount on merchandise season, even. And I'm just trying to think what else. But
the specials, when we get the technology working. The specials. The extra episodes will be coming when we get the technology sorted. Tom needs to work out how to work his laptop and get it working. One thing from me. If you do see us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever it is, can you just like us, share us, subscribe, get the name out there, and then we can...
I just realised that's been out of shot all that time.
Bit late, pal. Get the name out there, get it out there, because it does really good for the algorithm. Anything else before we completely melt into a puddle?
No.
Sure?
Yes.
Bye.